watching CBC TV 8 in beautiful Barbados.
Good afternoon, I'm Lisa Broom with the CBC News Break. Government's announcement, along with that of the Governor of the Central Bank of Barbados on the state of the economy, has been reinforced by the International Monetary Fund. The lending institution says Barbados's economy is making progress. The information is contained in the just concluded Article 4 consultation on the island. The IMF says the economy appears to have turned the corner with activity picking up. Real GDP is said to have grown by 0.8% in 2015. The IMF says this was underpinned by an increase in private investment and a surge in tourism arrivals, which increased by 14%, among the highest in the Caribbean. It boosted employment by 2%, while the unemployment rate fell. The IMF notes that inflation eased owing to lower import prices, with end-period prices falling by 2.5% compared with an increase of 2.3% in 2014. The external current account position also improved significantly. It notes, however, that the fiscal situation remains challenging despite ongoing government adjustment efforts. The IMF also added that Barbados's financial sector remains stable, while commercial bank liquidity continues to rise. The chairman of the Barbados Water Authority says the institution has had a rough year as a result of continuous drought. Dr. Atlee Brathwaite says this had made it difficult to ensure a steady supply of water across the island. Despite this, however, the BWA has been able to carry out several major infrastructure upgrade projects as a result of several sources of funding. The authority has benefited from a loan from the Inter-American Development Bank and the Canadian Commercial Corporation, which has made initiatives like the mains replacement program possible. He listed several other projects which are nearing completion.
Upgrading and replacement of pumping facilities and equipment, which has included the change out of pumps and installation of other equipment to reduce energy consumption, cut costs, and improve operation efficiencies. This includes the installation of 3 photovoltaic power supply systems at Golden Ridge, Bridgetown, sewage treatment plant, and Carlton pumping station, and variable frequency drives at most of the stations. Replacement of customer meters to get a better measure of consumption levels, to inform and establish water use efficiency targets and water augmentation needs. This is about 75% completed.
PSV operators and conductors who continually flout the rules by not wearing uniforms do not have the support of the Association of Public Transport Operators, APTO, nor the Alliance of Owners of Public Transport. The Transport Authority yesterday issued a statement reminding minibus and route taxi operators that the specified uniforms must be worn every day whenever they are on duty. It noted that although a significant majority of operators have seen the value of this initiative and consistently comply, a minority continue to defy this requirement. The Transport Authority urged commuters to assist them in ensuring that their service providers comply with the established standards. Well, Chairman of the Alliance of Owners of Public Transport, Roy Raphael, says a recent suggestion was made but never followed through.
It was suggested that a sign should be placed at all terminals, okay, instructing PSV operators to wear the uniform and describe the kind of uniform and the color of uniform that should be worn, and so on. To this present day, we have not seen no signs in the river terminal. So I'm saying basically that we are in support of having our PSV operators wearing the uniform, and we repeatedly encourage them to do so.
Mr. Raphael reiterates he wants to see improved security in the terminals.
Some days there are no police officers at the river terminal, and they continue to create issues and chaos for us. We have asked our attorneys to write to the Commissioner of Police, Anti-Transport Authority, to remind them that as much as 30,000 persons can go through the terminals on a daily basis, and under the Transport Authority Act, the law requires that the terminals shall be supervise as relate to security. So if they can't provide security police officers, the law requires that they shall at least have security guards.
Members of the local banking community are continuing to call for a wider application of the recently announced increase in the tax on bank assets. Managing Director of Barbados Operating Company First Caribbean, Donna Wellington, has echoed recent comments from Bank Association President David Noel. She says the burden must be shared by more than just the commercial banks.
We understand why the Minister of Finance had to take that position, and we know that all the banks have to play their part. The one challenge that we do have and continue to have is making sure that it is across the entire financial institution playing field and not specifically just the commercial banks, because there's more than one place where people place their money. So that's the only real challenge that we had, that it wasn't wider across all financial institutions.
Time for a break now, but regional and international news next.
You have 36 hours to